This episode of the Muay Thai podcast is brought to you by pmtlifestyle.com, authentic Muay Thai lifestyle by Pu'u. Definitely go check out the website at pmtlifestyle.com for some awesome lifestyle merchandise. That's for those of you out there either involved in Muay Thai, looking at getting involved in Muay Thai, and embrace a healthier lifestyle to live the life of Nak Muay. Go check it out. So Wadi Kop, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast. So today we have Mr. Phil Gillies. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I always butcher that.
It's all good, not the worst. It's actually Gillis.
Gillis. Okay, what's the worst? What have you had on that?
I've had Gillies. I don't know.
You definitely look like a Gillies to me.
Gillies?
As you can imagine, with having Pu'u as your last name, like you used to be a stand-up comedian, you could probably have a field day with that.
Oh, yeah, they'd be really easy ones.
You're holding back to it. I can tell you're like, do it, go. So, for those of you out there listening in podcast land, Phil's one of our students at our Ventura Academy. But I kind of go into some of the questions I had for Phil. Phil, how long have you been training Muay Thai with us for?
I've been training at the academy since April 2019. Okay.
So just like, was it a year and 4 months?
That was there. I started actually training in 2017.
Okay. And was it training in Muay Thai then? I know you did like some Silat, correct?
It was traditional MMA, so Silat was part of it, and then Muay Thai was part of it, and Jeet Kune Do was part of it.
It's like a mixed curriculum of like traditional martial arts and stuff like that, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. So you started training in 2017. How'd that come about?
Well, I was actually, it's funny. It was still when I was doing stand-up, and I realized, like, if I ever make somebody mad on stage, like, I don't really know how to defend myself, So I just figured I should be able to back up what I say, so.
Yeah. It would definitely be good in, like, a stand-up comedy sense, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't want to get my butt kicked for saying something that makes someone mad.
How'd you end up in the doors of, like, training martial arts first time? Was it family, or is there friends, like, that were training that were like, hey, come check this out?
My brother's actually an amateur MMA fighter.
Okay.
And he had kept telling me over, like, you should try it sometime. And I didn't want to do MMA necessarily. I'd always kind of had my eye on Muay Thai. I had heard of it before, and it sounded pretty badass. So when I finally decided to go for it, I went for that just because I already had like a preconceived notion that that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Well, definitely makes sense. Who doesn't want to be badass, right?
Well, yeah, definitely.
What's your brother's name?
His name's Lino Gillis.
Okay, Lino, this spelled Lino?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Is he still... It's up in Tehachapi, where he's at?
No, he trains up in the Bay Area at a gym called Train for Life. I think it's Sassoon City or Vacaville, somewhere in between the Central Valley and the Bay Area.
Got it. Cool. So you trained in 2017. How long did you train then? Did you have any time off, or did you like train all until you ended up in Ventura?
I trained for about a year and a half, and then I took probably about like a 3 or 4 month break, just looking around, trying to find somewhere else to go. And then I found you guys. So
yeah, when you ended up in Ventura?
Yes.
Or Oxnard, where you're at now. The Nard.
The Nard.
Did you know that they actually call Oxnard the land of no toilets?
No, I didn't.
You never heard that before?
No, it's a very fun fact.
There's no toilet at your house. I've been to your house before you even lived in it. That's a fun fact.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, oh, Crew's been in here before. That's kind of weird.
I was young, though. It was pre-Muay Thai. Actually, no. I maybe I went there like once or twice after. But I was definitely younger when I was hanging out with our friend that worked where you were at. I can share that with you another time. That's
crazy stories, man.
Yeah, there were some holes in the wall here when I moved in. Are they from you?
Was it the one that goes from the closet to the bathroom? Some tape in the hole?
Oh, I don't know. They remodeled it before I moved in, but I was
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny
anything. That.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I do not take any claim to these allegations. Plead the fifth. So you ended up finding us at the academy. Tell us a little about like where you're at in life when you came into the academy. Like when you found us. How'd you find us, and what made you decide to come and check us out?
Well, I was at work, and it was kind of like it had been like a long day, and I hadn't done martial arts for a few months, and I was just like, I need to get started in martial arts again because it's kind of a good way to decompress from a long day. So I just Googled Muay Thai Ventura, and you guys were the first one to pop up.
That makes sense because I literally, I know you're doing some search engine optimization stuff. That's like the number one keyword I've been planting since 10 years ago.
I saw you master. I was like, oh, he not only shows up as the first result, he shows up or is mentioned in the first 10 results. So that's about as good as you can get right there.
Yeah. It's not just our websites, but other websites that link back to us and all that stuff. Yeah, that was, I almost sold the domain MuayThaiVentura.com to another academy I was working at 8 years ago. And I'm so glad I didn't.
No, that's good you didn't.
Yeah. I wouldn't have found you, I would have found them instead. So you ended up, finding us. You had your first day. I know I wasn't there. I think I was in Norway or Thailand when you came in. Coach Kevin was managing the academy at that point, I believe. And
he gave me the intro. I think you were there my second class maybe. I saw you.
Yeah. So you look like a completely different person compared to then. I know you posted your picture on your Instagram the other day. So, how much did you weigh when you came in?
I was a solid 189 when I came in.
189, that's almost 190. And how much do you weigh now?
As of this morning, I was 159.
159. Damn, man. That's pretty fucking
part of
good.
that's dieting.
Yeah. And, do you feel that you've had a change in your lifestyle since you started training with us? And, really kind of taking that as a martial arts lifestyle on top of your work and your professional career and whatnot?
Absolutely. It's had many positive effects in my personal and professional life. It's taught me how to be a better leader and be a better example, mainly through how it's helped me cultivate discipline and patience, which is, as a leader in the workplace, I'm a manager where I work. So those are two character traits that I feel a leader should have is discipline and patience. And training Muay Thai is definitely, in more ways than one, helped me cultivate that on a daily basis.
Absolutely. The patience in management, you can see there's some people that are managers and they're just freaking terrible, have zero patience, get frustrated a lot, and those end up being I had this boss who used to yell at everybody and whatnot. So.
Oh, I have my days.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Are those holes from you?
Yeah. There's some new holes here.
Yeah, new holes in the wall. The one that looks like a leg.
Yeah.
Damn, man. So, what was, I guess, what do you enjoy about training Muay Thai? What's key for you? You show up. What is it that you're most looking forward to?
It's on the fitness side. I always look forward just to working hard and pretty much having my shirt as sweaty as possible by the end of the hour.
Yeah.
That's a good part. But I'd say over, as the months have passed, I'd say it's the people that is my favorite part. It's definitely a very friendly and family-like atmosphere, and that's part of what's kept me there, long term. Like, I know things are weird right now, but I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. Like, so
yeah, and it always makes me very happy. We hear that a lot. Like, I know you've heard other people say that too. That family environment and setting up that atmosphere from like day one, that's all like, I mean, you took my leadership, it's all very intentional. That whole process of like a new student, like, it's like, hey, welcome, you're one of us, Phil. You're going to ask me to kick you in the leg one day and you're going to like it. Believe me, Phil. Believe me.
Yeah.
So, and when it comes into that too, it's like, I really feel like the reason people feel that is because our theory is, without new people, then Muay Thai will eventually die here in the U.S. So there needs to be a very accepting atmosphere for people, as opposed to like the typical Hollywood, like, you fight, bro. And having that kind of atmosphere for people, and the beginner friendly, pushing the beginner friendly and making it feel beginner friendly from like that first day, is definitely something. I'm glad you felt that, man, because it was something we really work hard on, for like our coaches and our front desk staff and whatnot too. So, you've been training Muay Thai, and then what are you working on right now in Muay Thai?
Right now, I'm training for my first competition at the U.S. Muay Thai Open.
Yeah, at the Nationals, correct, in Arizona?
Yes.
Heck yeah, man. So, tell me a little bit about that. What's this been like for you this far? I know like coronavirus put like it was supposed to be, was it in June or April?
That's when originally.
In April.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, June. Now it's like, oh, September. Now it's like, oh, November.
So it is. It is definitely postponed till November.
That's what the commissioner out there told me.
Okay.
And since I was supposed to work it, I'd assume he has the most up-to-date information at this time. I don't think they've pulled like the actual like trigger on it being that day. So like, I'm making a prediction it's going to be in November. Let's go with that.
Well, more time to train. I'm already on weight, so
yeah. Dude, maybe you move
that.
down a weight class, get down 147.
Oh gosh, that'd be.
He's rolling his eyes right now. Yeah, you could do it. Especially if you have that much more time to prepare. But like I said in my book, your first competition, you don't want to worry too much about your weight for your first one. You want to get down. You want to trim down, of course. Like, I mean, you bought my book, Preparing for Your First Muay Thai Fight. Yeah, you got it right there. Oh, look at that. Boom. So, in there, I don't say like, hey, you should cut 20 pounds. Hey, by the way, this just came up today. I was talking with Aiden about this. Over at BSF Fitness, I think they're over off of Market Street. They have this chamber. I went and checked it out. So it measures your body fat percentage, and you can also get your resting metabolic rate and all that different stuff. So you can see actually how lean you are, to find out your body fat percentage. For me, I always say like sitting between 10-12% body fat. But you can also, the resting metabolic rate, do you know what that is?
I can't say that I do.
Okay, so it's the amount of calories you burn by just sitting there. If you were going to do nothing all day, you just laid in bed and did nothing. Like how many calories you'd burn resting. So then you factor in your stuff like your activity, your job, all that different stuff, and that gives you like a better idea of like what your calorie intake should be to like maintain and then to lose or to gain. So this tool they have at BSF Fitness, you get in it takes a minute. It's literally nothing, just the door closes, it's clear on the sides, it's not like claustrophobic or anything like that, or I didn't feel that. Once you go inside, it has these metrics and everything like that. Super expensive machine. I'm sure it's easily over like $8,000-$10,000, and it's very. I think that's something you should do. I think they do like I don't know what the fee is to go just do that, but it's worth it. Have you ever done like a body fat percentage test or anything like that before?
No, that sounds definitely helpful. I should definitely do that.
It allows you to be a little more scientific on your approach to like the weight loss stuff too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome because I kind of tired of starving myself.
Yeah, there's times where it's like, you know, you want to increase your calorie intake when you're increasing your activity. There's like, depending on how your body works too. Like for me, I learned that I run good on high carbohydrates. My wife can eat the same exact kind of meals, like a proportion to her, you know, body weight and stuff, and I'll lose weight and she'll gain weight, and we're doing the same exact workouts. So, I mean, every body is different, but before they had these machines, it used to be like, hey, they would do like these dunk tanks. So you had to get in like your wetsuit in front of a bunch of people, and it's like literally like a jacuzzi, like a little bathtub, like a coffin bathtub, and it would measure your body fat percentage and all that stuff on there, and you'd have to be like, oh, they have one at this nutrition shop from like 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on a Thursday. And you'd have to like reserve your spot like 6 weeks in advance because they're going to be coming then and it's going to be super busy. And just to get in and do this, so I think it's really good that they have that over there at BSF to go check that out. BSF Fitness.
Oh wait, so you're saying people were just like waiting in line looking like dorks in their wetsuits to go do this or what?
Hey man, you trying to fight me or what? Yeah, that's what we used to have to do. Exactly. Sitting in line looking like dorks. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to lie, there's some good looking people there.
Well, yeah, they were all wearing like skin tight wetsuits. I'm sure everybody looks.
And they're not wearing wetsuits, man. Bikinis, all that stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Man, this other one sounds boring. Then you just go in there by yourself.
Yeah, you go in there by yourself, man. No way. It's in a closed room and everything like that too. But yeah, man, you should definitely do it. It is boring. There's nothing special about it. I mean, you could wait for the other one, but I think you need it.
Oh yeah, no, I'll definitely look into that for sure.
Instructors, that's funny, man. It's just boring. So I know that we're gonna start kind of ramping up some of the sparring and stuff for you. Doing that kind of stuff for you coming up here shortly. What have you been doing? I see you've been putting in, like I saw over the weekend. I was like, hell yeah, Phil's been putting in his road work. How much are you running right now?
I run between 20 and 25 miles a week. Yesterday I ran 12. I ran 3 in the morning and then 9 in the evening. You
ran 9 miles in the evening?
Yeah.
Crap, man. Fee fun. I know you know what that means.
I just had to, because class got canceled yesterday, so it was just, I worked out in the morning, and then usually I count on class to be my second workout, and so.
Class didn't get canceled yesterday.
Oh, it didn't?
No.
I thought you posted a big old.
No, you believe me, you guys would get the loud and clear from us if class was canceled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry. Nah. That's what I was doing right before this. So we're dealing with some of that stuff.
Oh, okay. So we're still good then for right now.
Man, yeah, we're still good right now. Don't worry. We're working on some other options and stuff too. So what Phil's referring to is we had the county put a notice on our door for closure. It's funny, me and my wife were there, me and Caroline over there, and they just they walked up and taped on the door, and we didn't even notice it because me and her just working out. It's like, really, you get a notice for us being in the business, and the city officials deliver it, but it's from the county. And it's been interesting conversations. I'm not going to say too much here because there's some stuff that we're dealing with, but I can update you in person on it. For anybody out there, though, definitely go out and just go support any business that's open right now. Go support that ship. It's got to keep moving. The economy has to keep moving. People are working. Man, I'm not going to say go out and eat. How about this? Go hire the personal trainer to work you out in the park. I know it's not the gym, but go do it. How about go get a checkup at your doctor. Hire a nutritionist. Pay for that meal plan. Hire the personal training program that's online and do it. Stick to it. That would be my advice for anybody that's listening out there that wants to try to contribute. Buy merchandise from these places like these gyms, these martial arts schools that are closed or facing closures or facing fines and whatnot too. And we have I have some police officers that I just talked to at the academy, in Ventura and Santa Barbara, and they're like, man, we're so glad that you guys didn't close. So glad. And for me, that says a lot. It's like, hey, when law enforcement's saying, like, you guys shouldn't close, like, it makes me even more feel like we're doing the right thing and being safe about it, too.
So. Yeah, definitely. I was actually, because I'm keeping a journal of this journey to the tournament. And part of what I was writing about is because since I thought class was canceled, that's why I went on a run. Yeah. I was like, well, I'm going to go burn calories some in another way. And so I was just thinking of how, like, I get it. They're just, they're robots for,
whatever, the powers that be, we'll call it that.
And the powers that be have said, oh, fitness centers are bad places for, to catch coronavirus. But it's like, oh yeah, well, like Lowe's is like 70 times bigger and there's more people that go in there in any given hour than in our academy in the whole entire week.
The whole entire month, man.
Yeah.
Like, much less that. And that's where it talks about, like, exposure rates and stuff like that, too. And, the argument is the particle situation, which, like, we're doing the quarantine system, the quarantine partner system, and then for the non-partner class quarantine partner system that we have, we're doing the 12-foot distancing on the bags, where it's like, hey, you're doing good over there.
Hey, I can't hear you too far.
Sorry, the music's too loud, man. Your mask is on. Going through that kind of stuff, it's like, and having the cross flow air and everything like that too. As long as I went over a whole thing. I'm not gonna go over it too much, but it's like the risk level is really low, according to science. That's what it's showing. And yeah, people aren't huffing and puffing and working out at Lowe's, but people are huffing and puffing. There's some I've seen some people huffing and puffing there, eating some one too many burritos. They're walking in there, man.
Well, I can definitely confirm the science. I mean, I got tested today. I told you, and I've trained since you opened, and I came back negative. So,
yeah. And the thing is, what's crazy? You can go Lowe's and go get it.
Yeah,
you can test positive for it from going out and go grocery shopping. And, like, I really feel like in Oslo, Norway, they did a research where they released, like, they allowed a couple gyms to reopen in Oslo, and they did a research over the course of a month. They made sure they did some physical distancing. Mat classes were 3-foot distance. High-intensity interval classes weren't 12 feet. They were only 6 feet indoors. And they did contact tracing. There was one person that contacted coronavirus, and it was not from the gym. It was from their workplace. So, like, being inside all day next to other people, that's like with the recirculated air in these office buildings. So, somebody going there for 45 minutes or 50 minutes total, the exposure rate's very low, and with the class limits and stuff like that too. And, the thing that's been hardest about it is, like, we did all that and then we're still getting crap.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, especially since you clean more than even probably workplaces that are allowed to be open clean.
Oh, I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact. I've seen some places, I'm like, for me, I'm not going to go narc on people. I'm going to stay in my own lane. I understand everybody's in their own business and stuff, but I really feel like right now this is going to be a very, very trying time for the community, which is why, people need mental health stuff. Like, for me, I need Muay Thai. I have anxiety stuff that I have to deal with, and it's helped that tremendously. That's how I first started. So, I know that goes for a lot of people, and for, like, just mental health and whatnot. So, you've been training for US Muay Thai Open. I know you're going to be doing the C class. It's going to be your first time competing. I'm glad you picked that, because it's going to be the only, like, competitions going on. There's a couple other states that have some fight stuff going on too, but I think Arizona is going to start popping off, and Nevada, because they're allowing professional stuff here in California. I think come like September, October, November, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And maybe that more stuff start popping off at that time. But that's only for professional, because professional makes money. Amateur doesn't really make money.
Yeah, I'm not anywhere near there.
No. Hey, man, you know what, Phil? Hey, dude, you can do it. Go pro. According to some sanctioning bodies here, if you just go fight some crummy bar in Thailand, you're pro now.
No, well, what is it? You just have to get a license, right? Just pay for a license.
Yeah, man, I can get you licensed. Yeah, you want to fight pro, man? Just give me a percentage of your contract. I'll take I'll take $100 of your $400 you get paid in your fight purse after you paid $1,200 to get your license.
Yeah, well, aside from that deficit financially, look at this pretty face, man. I'm not ready to ruin this.
No, man, you gotta save the moneymaker for when people are paying the buku dollars, paying the big bucks.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what are some other goals that you have going on? I know, you're part of our affiliate program, so that's something you've been working a little bit on. So, I mean, do you feel comfortable enough talking about that?
Oh, sure. It's actually, it's been pretty fun. I mean, I'm starting to see how it becomes work a little bit because when you gave me that opportunity and I was researching, I realized I should get a blog or a website. You have to be able to have something to show what it is that you're marketing. And so, I kind of just took my journey, like my weight loss journey. That's a very popular one nowadays with how hyper aware people are of, health. So I was like, okay, cool. I've got a nice before and after picture and I'm just like, oh, and I've done it training Muay Thai and we have this new Muay Thai training online course. And so I'd need a way to sell that digitally. So the best way to do it was to, get a website and some social media up and running. So I've gotten an Instagram and a Facebook and paid for a couple Facebook ads on a couple of my posts for my Facebook page to try to get more clicks.
I would tell you on that, I would wait on that. What I would do though is do as much free stuff. Yeah, I know you're on TikTok now. You're on there. If you guys didn't know, what's your TikTok handle?
PGMT Journey.
Okay, so go follow Phil over on TikTok. You can find him twerking and stuff like that with his dog.
Oh yeah,
with all the songs. He's doing was it the Romeo and Juliet challenge with Taylor Swift. There's some funny stuff on there, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to still figure out how to use TikTok or get some engaging content because I know shadowboxing is only that's only going to be cool to people who actually probably already train, and so
what I would suggest is go on the Discover page and see what's trending and look through the trends, see what people are doing. It's this little search monocle in the bottom. And,
I'm gonna have to start twerking, man.
No, it's not all twerking. We had the video. There's a "Give Me Love" was the song that was on there, and it was trending, and I was like, oh, I got a video of me and my wife where I punch her in the face, and she's like, you gotta post this video, and I make a little domestic violence joke on the "Give Me Love" song, and next thing you know, it has 1 million views.
That's pretty good,
dude. Hey, I mean, I knew eventually something would hit, but I didn't.
No pun intended, right?
Yeah. I didn't think the hit was going to be on my wife.
Right.
But it was through playing around with that and just consuming the content. But also LinkedIn is a good one. Get on there, man. You can plug into my network and stuff too. I heard that's a really good one to be in right now. I've had my profile. I was never really active on there, but I've been make sure to post on there and try to engage as much on there too.
Okay, LinkedIn too. Yeah, LinkedIn. I may link up with you more in person because I probably definitely still need some guidance to, kind of go in the right direction. I'm still taking that marketing course. It's a really long one, so
That's good, though.
It'll take me about a month to finish. But
if there's one thing that I've seen in Muay Thai, and this is important for fighters. My friend Matt Lucas, he just posted about this. He's wrote an article at muaythaigram.net. About the importance of selling yourself as a fighter on social media and how that he called it grabbing the purse strings. So there's a fight purse. He calls it grabbing the purse straps. Sorry, not strings. I think it's purse straps, and it's creating this marketability that allows you to ask for a bigger fight purse, or you're gonna go somewhere else and you're gonna bring that following somewhere else. And this even goes for amateurs. Because for amateur fight nights and whatnot, promoters, Lion Fight, they want people that can sell tickets. Not, and it's a double-edged sword. It's sometimes dude, why is that guy fighting on Lion Fight? and it's like, oh, he sold 1,200 tickets, at $80 pop or whatever it may be. So having that market set is like skill set is really important when it comes into like martial arts and like the whole fight game and stuff too.
That makes sense. When I used to do stand-up, I noticed like the people who were more successful as far as in like the amateur realm that ended up starting to get paid gigs. They were just people who managed their social media well and were able to sell themselves. They invested in headshots and promo videos and all this stuff that, if you were an amateur comic and you'd see, maybe you shared the stage with them at an open mic, and you're just like, you'd scoff at them kind of, because you're like, oh, look at, what are you marketing? I just saw you at a bar, a dive bar in Ventura yesterday. Like,
yeah.
But the thing is that that's what you have to do. It's show business. I would consider, fighting as show business. You're putting on a show. So the promoters want to see that you can sell yourself.
Yeah, you can put butts in seats.
Yep.
So look at Conor McGregor. He based his whole career on that. Of course he could fight, but he could also fill up those fucking seats, man. UFC loves that guy. They'll literally do anything he wants.
Right, yeah, he has the skills, and people will come watch him. Ideally, is you want to be able to do both, but
exactly.
Since it's show business, promoters will probably often take someone they'll pick the less talented fighter who can fill up more seats than the more talented fighter who can't, fill as many seats.
Yeah, and that's something that Matt talked about a lot. I've had a lot of, competitors and stuff that come through our doors. I'm always like, man, you need to work on your social media. Like Jeremy Montijo, he's one of them. He's been on the podcast. I'm like, man, do you see that video that went viral of you? It was like the video of me sweeping him. Muay Thai Graham reposted it. It had freaking astronomical amount of views and likes. Like literally, I was just doing this on my phone. It was just like it was funny because if he listens to this, I was like, man, that's what you get for calling me slow. I'm like,
yeah, good.
Not only did I sweep you, but you went viral. Got you free exposure for it too, man. That's how nice I am.
Jeremy.
Take that, man.
I'm gonna send him the link to this podcast.
You should be like, dude, we talked about you. Getting into that too, like I definitely see there being some kind of future for you with this kind of stuff, even just like marketing, because I think it's important when people see the opportunity and they're like, hey man, I want to take that. Like your first affiliate that we have for like being like a part of our affiliate program. For anybody out there that might be listening to this in the Muay Thai world that's interested too, hit us up, let us know. Maybe end up connecting with Phil. We all get together and strategize for you guys a little bit more too. Because the ultimate goal for me is to make more Muay Thai programs, more Nak Muay around the world, no matter where you're at. That's my goal, especially in this weird time we're in, like you said. I guess, Phil, kind of going to wrap up everything for today, what would be like, what's something you would have told yourself when you first started Muay Thai that you wish you'd known about?
Be more flexible.
Stretch more.
Yeah, stretch more. Yeah.
Stretch more. Okay. And then, like, going in through the training experience and stuff like that you've had too, what's been, like, one of the hardest things for you to overcome besides flexibility?
Just the idea that that most of the time, I learned this in sparring, is like the way that you drill, like on pads and things like that, or even on the bag, like, you practice when you're practicing your technique, you're not going to get those ideal situations in a live combat situation. Like, you may be able to get like your cross just so clean on the bag or on the pad, but I have yet to, it's just not going to look that beautiful when you finally have like an actual opponent who knows how to fight. So yeah. It's kind of gotten this ideal vision of what the movements should look like. Now, obviously, like, you watch pro Muay Thai and it just straight up looks like the most elegant, violent ballet you've ever seen. They're all like up on their toes perfectly, head kicking and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But those are people who've done it for decades and decades and have dedicated their whole life to it. So I guess it's easy to get discouraged when you see that because you're just like, oh, well, mine doesn't look like that. But the important thing, I guess the most important thing that I've learned is you just keep going. You just keep showing up and you just keep drilling, and you're going to mess up. It's going to be frustrating, and that's part of the journey, is just accepting that and being humble enough to say, like, yeah, I suck, and I'm going to have to keep working.
Yeah. There's this started trending a little bit in like the coaching community, because like a coach pushed a conversation about it. But it's like, and me and Coach Kevin have talked about this. I think we talked about it on our podcast. Like, the number one thing we see people always do, and this is like probably one of the top reasons for people dropping out after a certain period of time, is they compare their progress to somebody else's. And it's like, hey man, that's not fair to you, and that's not fair to them, because you don't know how much work they're putting in. It's like, for all you know, they're a professional gymnast before they started training Muay Thai, or they, professional athlete, or they maybe just have a little bit more natural talent. Like, they have the flexibility naturally. Some people are just naturally flexible. I wasn't one of those guys. I'll tell you that. You see my flat feet. And it just taking that work and putting in the time and the repetition, the extra shadow boxing, work at home, the extra running, all that stuff pays off, man. It all comes back, and then all of a sudden people are going to be like, oh, how do I get like you? It's like, wait, what? You want to be like me? All right, cool. And, that's why I always say, it's like, I always feel like a beginner. When you go to compete, it's like that's out of your mind. You know everything at that moment. But when you're training, you're always a beginner, like that beginner mindset. And never comparing yourself to that. I would say that would be the biggest difference between an actual beginner and somebody who's more advanced. We have the similar mindset where, like, hey, we're learning, but also to understand that not to compare what we're doing with somebody else and what they're doing. If that makes sense. So.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Cool, man. Well, I really appreciate you coming on today. What we're going to do is I'll make sure I'll get this all edited up and posted up. I'll keep you posted on it and everything, man. But I really appreciate having you in today, and have a good rest of your day.
It was my pleasure, crew. Likewise.
Okay. All right. Sweaty Cop.
Sweaty Cop. Take care.